Welcome, beautiful dreamer. I'm so glad you're here. This is a space to rest, to dream, and to come home to yourself. I'm Susan Bruck, and I invite you to listen and receive. Simply let the sound, story, and stillness carry you into deeper peace. Welcome to today's reading of Chapter 2 from the Dreamer Path, a journey to rest, renewal, and your authentic self. Chapter 2, Resting in the Arms of the Divine Mother, invites you to soften into stillness, to surrender the need to strive, and to remember that you are already held. Let the words wash over you. There is nothing you need to do, and nowhere else you need to be. You are welcome here. You are safe to rest. Chapter 2, Rest in the Arms of the Divine Mother. Divine Mother, where are you? I long for you to hold me. Look with eyes of wonder, with heart of compassion, with will of iron. If you look, dear child, you will glimpse me everywhere, dancing through what you call reality. I am the dance of love. Look for me in every blade of grass, every stone, every breath, every giggle, every tear. I am with you. I hold you close always. I am here. Years ago, I dreamt I was standing by the ocean. I was a nun, wearing a simple brown wool robe, standing with other nuns dressed the same way. The sand felt cool on my bare feet. A gentle wind blew in from the sea. Sand dunes surrounded this barren landscape. I stood where the water met the sand hard beneath my feet, with a nun on either side. I'd been chosen as a sacrifice to the sea. I started walking into the water alone. I walked until the water reached my chest, and I reached a ledge. I couldn't see it, but I knew with the next step I would be submerged within the ocean. There would be no turning back. I felt afraid. The ocean sent a wave to help me. It washed me into the water. I traveled along, carried by the waves. I held my breath, afraid to breathe, but finally I had to. I took a deep breath, expecting my lungs to fill with water and choke, but instead the water felt warm and nourishing in my lungs. I could breathe. Reflecting back on this dream, I noticed that the ocean feels like the womb of the Great Mother, that primordial, mysterious place where life begins, where we can absorb the nourishing waters of life. I think of how I long to be held and loved just as I am, where I can rest in loving arms, surrender to a love that's bigger than my fear. This is the realm of the second chakra, the womb, and the water element, a place of flow and creativity, a place to rest in safety, the home of the Divine Mother. Learning to breathe, learning to rest. Do not believe in the toxic idea that we are resting to recharge and rejuvenate so we can be prepared to give more output to capitalism. What we have internalized as productivity has been informed by a capitalist, ableist, patriarchal system. Our drive and obsession to always be in a state of productivity leads us to the path of exhaustion, guilt, and shame. We falsely believe we are not doing enough and that we must always be guiding our lives toward more labor. We are not resting to be productive. We are resting simply because it is our divine right to do so. Tricia Hersey, From Rest is Resistance. Many of us, myself included, learned when we were very young that we couldn't have both approval and authenticity. Approval, being accepted by those we rely on for our survival, is, well, it's a survival strategy. In order to win approval from our parents, our teachers, and society in general, we give up those aspects of ourselves that don't win this approval. We learn that we must be serious, but not too serious. That makes people uncomfortable too. And productive. We learn that we must always strive to improve, more, better, faster. The problem is that this isn't healthy for children or adults. There's no room for rest. Remember, you are already enough. In Waldorf early childhood classrooms, we work with a breathing rhythm. In-breaths happen when we come together, when we ask the children to follow us, like snack or circle and story time. The times when they play freely are out-breaths. Here we give the children time and space to follow their inner promptings, to rest in their bodies and imaginations. Children's play may be fun, but it's also intense. They enter fully into whatever they do, whether it's building with blocks or creating imaginary worlds. Their play is also fluid. In the course of a 45-minute playtime, they can be parents, firemen, Amazon delivery people who ride unicorns, in case you didn't know, Santa Claus, babies, puppies, kings, princesses, bad guys, kitties, and the list goes on. Worlds created and destroyed with much joy and occasional tears. Children naturally know how to let go and play, then they can rest after. But adults in this society, well, we've often forgotten how to let go, how to rest and play, or why it's important to breathe out as well as breathe in. We don't generally have someone to guide us through our day, someone to create a balance of work, rest, and play, someone to prepare warm, nourishing food and tell us stories to comfort us, to help us remember our connection to the earth, ourselves, and each other. What a gift for those children who receive this loving care. I tell you this as a teacher who provided this healthy rhythm for many children over many years. I do not tell you this as someone who has mastered the art of balanced breathing in my own life. Sometimes I remember to breathe out, and sometimes I notice when I'm holding my breath, and sometimes I just charge ahead. There were days when I could feel my body was run down. I knew that if I didn't spend a day at home resting, I'd probably end up being sick for at least a week. And yet I chose to keep pushing through. I felt more concerned about what other people would think of me for taking a sick day when I wasn't objectively ill. So I pushed myself until I had a fever and bronchitis. Often, as Tricia Hersey points out, if we do rest or play, we do it so we can be more productive. She writes about how our society, particularly patriarchy and capitalism, wants us to believe that our only worth is in how much we produce. We push ourselves to the limits of our endurance and beyond in hopes of being accepted, of being enough. This is the end of this excerpt of Chapter 2 of The Dreamer Path, A Journey to Rest, Renewal, and Your Authentic Self. If you'd like to hear the full chapter, it's available to paid subscribers at the Beautiful Dreamer Society on Substack. Whether you continue or pause here, may you carry this moment of rest with you. And thank you for listening with me. May you know that the Divine Mother holds you always as you move through your day or into your dreams. Bye for now. Thank you so much for listening to the Beautiful Dreamer Society podcast. Until next time, this is Susan Bruck, and I wish you healing rest, sweet dreams, and deep peace.